03 January market movement educational data for Nasdaq 03 January. Now, I want to find out the consistencies, the truths, the natures, and also have questions like what worked, what worked today on this day, on the 3rd of January. What prices did the market react profitably from? And what are these significant prices and how did the market respond to those levels? And what are the highest and medium volume in pips or price percentage uh, prices for the day, and how price is reacting to the high of the day, and how is price reacting to the opening of the day, to the low of the day, to yesterday's closing price, to the session opening price and volume, to the I just want to know the market movement, liquidity, and where is price traveling from. I want to study this and know it as best as I can and see what happened on the 3rd of January that can be profitable for use in the rest of 2025 or the other years to come. And the way I that my current trading strategy come into play on this day, you know, and what was the average pullback against these liquidous movements, and how far did the liquidous movements travel, and where did they stop? What was the trend of the day as well? In fact, what was the weekly trend? So let's find out those things and many other things we'll learn. So right, the 3rd of January, you know, let's find out what prices during New York session did the market respond profitably from, meaning that high liquidity movement. This price here, 21046.1, price responded liquidiously from that area. From this area as well, we had, and it was like what time was this? Okay, New York opened at 3, so let's skip this price. This price resulted in a bullish movement, and that was at 4. Today was also a news day, right? There was ISM manufacturing PMI to happen at 5, right? An hour before there was like a bullish move. This bullish move, let's see. Okay, there was a bullish move, some liquidity profitable bullish move, and right there was a bearish move, right? So there was a bearish move at yesterday's opening price, is it? So there was a bearish move, yeah, near the opening price of yesterday's New York session. And this is a Friday. And then here there was a bullish move to the upside. There was a bullish move there at 6 to the upside. There was bullish move from there, 8. So right, let's find out what are these points and how significant they are, and also let's find out how price traded to the significant prices of the day. So right here, what this price is in the past, where did price open? Okay, price open there. That was New York sessions opening price. So that is New York sessions opening price, and price that trade a fake, not fake out, but it trade below the opening price and then close back above the opening price and moved 183 pips, 188 pips, 189 pips to the upside. So that took 15 candlesticks. Is it 15? It's not 15, it's yeah, how many it took. Yeah, it took those much candlesticks to the upside, and this move happened at 4 until it was like 20 till it was 5. At 5, then actually 15 minutes to 5, there was a retracement down, and there was a retracement at 5. So yeah, to the opening price of New York, we see that reaction, and then let's see how did the price react to what was the high of the day. Okay, so London chose the high of the day. That was the price, right? Between 1 to 550, and price that react profitably from that area, right? So it spiked down there, and then after the spike, like proper realistic entry, prices traveled bullishly 153 pips in like 1 hour 30 minutes. And this happened at what time? It happened at 5:30, and right at 10 minutes past 6, that's when the like strong movement came, and price stopped here. Stopping there, it retraced near the new high of the day, near by a few pips. By how many pips? Nearby 43, 43, 2, 3, 5 pips, less than 5 pips, and moved above. How far the price retrace above against this idea? You'd say that price that retrace 33 pips, and this happened after the first confirmation that it would want to go bullishly. So yeah, and then that was the high of the day. There was selling from the high of the day at 5. There was selling, and it was worth 180 pips. It took 20 minutes. So it took 20 minutes for the prices to move 180 pips. When it was buying, let's see how long it took. When it was buying, it took just from the opening price. It took over 30 minutes, and it was not an equivalent move. 30 minutes, 6 candlesticks to buy, and okay, 160 pips equivalent movement to what happened. It took 15 minutes. So the selling was faster, and this is during 5. And at 4, the buying took twice the time to complete the same amount of distance. And from 6 until like uh, until 10 minutes to 7, 145 pips took 40 minutes when it was buying to the upside. So yeah, from this idea, let's just also remind from this idea, price that did still trail back 70 pips near the entry before moving progressively, right? So an idea is saying that you are trailing the stops and stuff and the profits. That is what happened on all 3 January. So I think this is done. I'm going to answer some of the questions saying that what was the highest volume and the medium volume that happened throughout the session, specific session. So the highest movement in like the quickest time came at 5, and it was bearish to the downside. It took 15 minutes. It took 30 minutes from the opening price of the session, New York session, for price to travel 160 pips. So that's confirmed 160 pips. I remember it. 160 pips. It took 30 minutes, right? So these areas, from 4 until 5, it was like very liquidous and high volume. From 3, right? from 3 until 15 minutes to 3. It was a bit not so strong. You see like 33 pips to the upside. So shared pips, so it was 33 pips to the upside. And then at 3:30 it was 42 pips to the downside. Yeah. So these areas were slow compared to these other ones. And at 7 until 5 minutes to 8, it was also a bit slow, but price did pick up some pace. So the medium would be from 5 minutes to 8 until 11 o'clock at night. That was the medium. The highest volume was that. The medium was 8 to 11. The low would be uh, the first 30 minutes to from 3:30 until like the first hour from 3:30 until 4. First 30 minutes was a bit slow. So we know how the price react to like the high of the day. These significant points. Let's see how prices did react. We know that it reacted profitably after triggering like a pullback back here, resulted in the biggest bullish movement distance combined for the day. The average pullback and then price continued was, we see average pullback was 60 pips there, and that was at 5, right? The average pullback for the bullish move was 44 pips before price that continued to move. You'd say close to double, yeah, close to 3 times, right? And then, yeah, 40 some pips there, and then price that move close to 3 times in 40 minutes from the 44 pip pullback from the high of the day. Profitable reaction. Low of the day, we didn't trigger it. Opening price of the day, we didn't go near it. Tokyo's session open, we didn't go near it. The close of Tokyo session, well, what will you know? The close of Tokyo session seems like something good did happen. So that is where Tokyo session closed, right? And New York session, there was a pullback there, resulted in that small move. Prices closed back below, and then we see that price that again closed above this New York session close, which is London's opening price, and then traded bullishly. That 100 and some pips, some 160, 170 pips in 35 minutes, more than 170. So, right, Tokyo's close of the day reacted somewhat positively. And yesterday's prices, how did they react? Well, that is the close. We didn't come near it. That is the high of yesterday. Okay, yesterday's high. See that price when traded at yesterday's high. It responded with this 41, 42 pip bearish impact before trading back above that area. And later on, like, yeah, there was some bullish influence back at the yesterday's high of the day. So yesterday's low of the day, not so much seen during the session. Yesterday's opening price of the session, wow, yesterday's opening price of the session really that was impacted at did see selling impact at 5, right? That is at yesterday's session open bearish movement, which was the fastest 160 in like 15 minutes. So it would be slightly less unless I was like using M1 entries and etc. etc. So yeah, and then the pullback was also from the high of yesterday's day and then back to yesterday's New York session opening price, and then yeah, price closed at yesterday's high of the day. Yeah, so the average pullback against these high liquidity movements, well, let's say during New York session, let's say I took an entry there, right? The pullback would be 34 pips there. Say I took an entry at the opening price of New York Open at 4:30. The pullback was 6 pips. At 5:30, the pullback was 33 pips. And then a selling idea where at the high of the day the pullback was 18 pips. At the new high of the day, and that's 5 after the news release. And when the price closed above yeah, that would be all. That would be all. We see that when price was moving bullishly, where did it stop? It stopped at yesterday's opening session price. Stopped there and traveled 160 pips. It didn't travel a total 160, just traveled first 120 pips and then came back there and traveled 166 pips in 15 minutes. So be cautious in the future. Be cautious, especially with selling. Prices that stop here. What is that area when selling? Well, right now I have to go back too far. That is yesterday's Tokyo opening price, as you can see. Yeah, yesterday's Tokyo opening price had some impact today and this day. Yesterday's Tokyo's closing price and London's opening price had impact during the next day as well. So those are some things like to just take in consideration. And the trend for the last it's 3 February. The trend had been bearish for the last since the 26th 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, but on the 3rd it was a bullish day, and then the next day it was a bullish day. So that ends the video. Let's go on to the next day. Last days were bearish.